So on our checklist of liquids, we've got the mirror stuff. We've now got the green beer. We still need the dragon's blood, the healing bile, and the slick green oil, which we have not seen yet.
Yep. I haven't seen the dragon either for what it's worth.
We kind of know where the dragon is.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
just don't know how to get there. Dragon's in a room without doors, which I'm pretty sure is. And I'm looking at the map that Taryn gave us. It's like the obvious candidate here. We just don't know how to reach it. Although I feel like we could just dimension door in and out, but that would only be 2 people.
Well, I mean, we can get 4 between the 2 of us, but
Yeah.
Magic number 6.
There might be a better way.
There's gotta be a better way.
well, I could dimension door some sort of plant, and then Mahogany can.
Hell yeah!
Plants.
Oh wait, but I can't because I've used all my spell slots.
So, what does the resource situation look like at the moment?
Well, we concluded last session with a short rest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How is Nath doing on spell slots?
Nath burnt his 2 most powerful spell slots on that Lich, but otherwise he's got a 6th, a 5th, 2/3, and 3 firsts.
Okay.
I'm still a dragon. I've got 2 firsts, a 2nd, a 3rd, 3 fourths. That's it.
Riot's doing pretty okay. She's got her 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, and she's got at least 1 of everything else.
Kelian has all his spell slots.
So does Liberation, actually, because he's got a shot of Healing Word and a shot of the retaliation attack.
Hey, Kelian can cast Restoration. I don't want to hear it.
Lesser restoration, but still.
So Liberation's got his key points all back, right?
Yes. He's got a
Okay.
full stock of key points.
Yeah. Riot's got her Bardic Inspiration back.
I've got all my wild shapes.
What was I gonna ask?
Kelian's
Yeah, that's right. How is Kelian doing on arrows and bolts?
Kelian still has 11 bolts, and even then he's got backup bolts. He's got silver bolts he can use.
Okay.
His big problem is that his permanent HP keeps going down.
So where's everyone on that? I'm down to 120.
Oh, shut up. I'm at 99.
Oh god, you want me to know the actual max? I've just got the amount of down.
Yeah, I've used 22, and I'm down to 120.
I am down.
Liberation is down 10 from 113.
I am down 14 to 142, and I'm currently a dragon who is down 90 more, but that's just dragon down.
Yeah.
I have -14 and -11 for a total of -25.
That's
But
rough.
I still have 80 hit points because I very wisely, as my hit 17th level, I took the Resilient feat and put it in Constitution, which is something Kelian desperately needed.
Hey man, we've all taken resilient constitution.
Yeah, we've all taken Resilient Constitution. I've also taken Toughness, or whatever they call it in this edition.
I took the feat that makes my hit dice a little bit better because I was at Constitution 11.
We've all taken spell focus, use magic device.
So what's your next
Oh,
move
man.
here?
Skill
Let me look at the
focus.
map.
Skill
We
focus, yeah. Thank
need
you.
to. I think our next move should be. Well, no, that's not for a while. We need to go back, I think, to the center seal and explore the areas south of there.
Okay.
Because the only person left on our list of who has names is Kamado. And we now
Kamado?
Kamado. We now know how to get to him. Nath has always known how to get to him, but now the rest of us do too.
How many waters are we down?
What?
Like
You mean
liquids?
Oh,
3.
we need 3 more. We know where 2 of them are. One of them's in the barracks, but I don't want to go get those until just yet. Well, I guess we could do that as we're passing by, so we have to come back.
Well, but the one in barracks you can only carry in your stomach.
Yeah, that's going to be a job for either Liberation or myself, depending on whether or not they're poisonous or acidic.
Or molten gold.
I think the last thing we should do is get that, because
I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably in a better position to deal with that than either of you.
I was thinking
I don't
that too.
As
think
long
we
as I
want to
don't get
actually
knocked
be,
out of my
I
spell.
don't think we want to be doing that until we're ready to open the seal. Where is the goblet that we had forged to carry the dragon's blood?
That's somewhere around the music room.
Okay.
It's like here-ish. Actually, isn't
That
this it?
definitely.
I think
I
it's
marked
this
it
too.
on the map.
Yeah.
So this is the map that the players have when they're talking about the map that they're referencing. This is what they're looking at.
Oh, can we leave this up?
Sure, if you want.
Yeah, that'd be useful.
You could also just
Have it on the
open it
screen.
in a
Yeah,
tab.
I've got it on my second monitor.
Yeah,
I've only got 2
monitor.
monitors, and I'm using them.
Well, as we've
So-
established, Nodal is a fan of porn.
So the only
that's on the
well,
TV.
let's make sure to leave the gold doors open as we go back to the center seal, so that when we come back for the barracks and the healing bile here, we don't have to screw ourselves over on hit points.
Alright, so we had to finagle our way out through
Yeah.
the Iron Maiden door.
Okay.
Do we want to check Locke's room while we're here?
Do we have the name of the door?
I don't see a reason not to.
Yeah,
I
might as
think
well
it's a
then.
good idea. I mean, if the green oil isn't there, we're all going to feel pretty silly.
Yeah.
I have never felt silly.
So we have to do our
Have to go
Jimmy
over here.
rig of the
You can roll,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't roll less than 10. I assume we just montage him opening locks at this point.
I thought we were using the knock spell on this one because we didn't want to fuck with it.
That's what you did
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah, we
That's
can do
right.
that. Well, Kelian, do you want to give it a try now that you've seen it open from the other side?
Sure. Might as well.
So Kelian,
Mm-hmm.
standing there with this Iron Maiden open. Like I said last week, you don't find any springs or any like triggering mechanism that would cause the door to slam shut. It looks like it can be slammed shut with some force, and it would be not good for anybody inside. Poking around last week, what you discovered is that the spikes inside are actually solid. They're not illusionary. They're not fake. They are very, very pointy and very, very wicked looking. So what are you actually doing now that you're sitting here looking at the inside of this spiked covered, what you now know is a secret door?
But I didn't spot any hole mechanism to put the key in, right? Like I didn't.
You did
There's-
Put lockpick.
What about? How does it? Because there's obviously some sort of false back to this. So, is there like are there like wheels? Is there like a guide? Is there hinges?
Bunch of spikes. Now, when
Just-
Riot used
just
the
a
knock
bunch of
spell, it
spikes.
slid away into the wall, just like the other silver doors do in this
Uh-huh.
compound. That's what happened when she used the knock spell. But you don't see the operating mechanism looking at it. There's nowhere to use lockpicks or your key. So what are you how are you experimenting? What are you physically doing?
Grab one of the spikes and try to pull it, like where I saw where the door slide into the wall.
Okay. Just like you're trying to slide the door by grabbing hold of one of the spikes.
Yeah.
Make a strength check.
Oh, okay.
That's killing
Sure.
all over. Oh,
It's actually not terrible. That's 17.
Okay, roll some percentile.
take 3,000 damage.
All right, pink is 10s.
Always.
2.
Okay. So
Even on
Kelian,
percentile, I roll low. Excellent.
Kelian's kind of a down in the gutter kind of guy.
Yeah.
So where like Serenity would have just grabbed onto two of these spikes at like roughly chest level and thrown her shoulder into it and tried to slide the door aside. Kelian's thinking more like an engineer. He's thinking if this thing's gonna slide, it's probably got a track on the top or the bottom maybe. So he actually hunkers down low and grabs one of the lower spikes and goes to put some strength to it, push it into the wall, and at first it doesn't feel like it's gonna go. Where's everybody else standing while Kelian is doing this, by the way?
Oh, I'm
Please
right
don't
behind
next
him.
to
I'm where I am on the map.
I'm where I am.
Please don't slam the Iron Maiden on me.
If
Okay.
I have to slam the Iron Maiden on you, man, it's gonna happen.
Is anybody else interacting with the Iron Maiden at all?
I'm gonna move Zook. I
No.
don't wanna be
No?
here.
Okay.
Kelian's thing.
Nope.
Kelian, here's what happened. At first, you think the door's not going to go anywhere, and you're really worried that you look stupid. But then, your right hand is gripped around this spike, and you suddenly lurch forward, and it actually hurts your arm a bit. What happened was the spike, like, rotated as you were pushing it, and you were giving it so much torque that your arm slides off of it. And the rest of you watching, it looks like this particular spike can come unscrewed from the back of the Iron Maiden.
Oh, in that case, let's screw it on off.
Kelian, that is good roguery.
I gave him a 5% chance that he grabbed the right spike just by blind luck. He rolls a 2.
So Kelian's shitty rolls have worked in this move this time.
I did it!
Mahogany's extremely impressed.
So
Yeah.
you set to work unscrewing this rusty, horrible spike from the back of this thing, and it comes out, and it reveals a slot where you can use your silver key.
Oh, fantastic.
Fantastic.
And you-
Liberation
In
gives
the hole.
Liberation claps Kelian on the shoulder. Good work.
Yeah, I knew you could do it.
and you slide the door on in with your key, revealing the hallway beyond. What's next?
We're gonna go check out this unbox room, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the plan.
Okay.
I sounded pretty low on HP. On the HP total, I mean. So
I sounded
will,
like one of the lowest characters that we were talking about.
No, I meant low as in the people had taken more than me.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've
I
taken
am
more than
positioning
most of you
myself in
guys,
front
and
of the
I've
door,
more
is what I'm saying.
Most of you guys, but
Gotcha.
So, Mahogany, you're gonna open this door.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and mark off 2 maximum hit points.
Nick, it's where the crown rests, right?
That's what I had.
Okay. Then yeah, where the crown rests.
You open the
I
door
remembered that.
beyond. And
I'm proud.
if this is what you were told was Locke's personal quarters, like if you hadn't been told that, you wouldn't believe it. Because the room beyond looks barren and unused. There is a single wooden table in the center of the room with a rather uncomfortable chair. On the table you see an empty mug, a dry inkwell, and on one of the walls of the room is an unfinished map of some unidentifiable prime material world. Very notably, Locke is not in the room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the time to jam this one open, just
Okay.
as kind of a fuck you to Destin Locke.
how many Titans do we have?
I have 6 remaining.
Okay.
And that's not on my sheet, so I will mark that down. It's on my D&D Beyond sheet.
Liberation activates detect magic.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Gives
this is
the
an
room a
illusion.
once-over,
And there is nothing at all in this room that is magical.
aside from the regular ambience.
Yeah, just the regular ambient magic of the place. But, I mean, you look real closely at the table, the inkwell, the map, the empty mug. Like, you guys have fancier mugs than this.
I look at the map and squint at it, and then I look at Zook and I say, hey, do you recognize that? You're from a Prime, right?
And Zook says the DM clearly stated it was an unidentifiable prime material world.
They're all identifiable. Who cares?
You've seen one, you've seen them all.
Exactly. I figured you're from a Prime. That's a Prime. Eh?
You guys call me a prime, and I don't know what a prime world looks like. I mean, come on now.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
head
but you're-
over to the map.
Okay.
You're
And
one
I'm
of the
gonna-
good primes.
Take it off the wall.
And you just tear it off the wall. And it's just the bare
There's
wall
nothing
behind it.
behind.
Nope.
And I just look at it. I just don't get it. Like, I figured there might be something important behind the map.
I figure anything important in here, Locke has taken with him already.
Oh, that's why he left the map behind. Okay,
He's just to screw this.
I get it.
So there's an inkwell on here.
It's a dry inkwell. It's empty.
There's even no ink in there.
Nope.
How many terrible contracts do you think he's written with this terrible inkwell?
I think he probably writes pretty good contracts.
Touche.
Okay, and what's next?
Well, so that was a.
Kelian
was
does a once
exciting.
over. Kelian does a once over on the inkwell and decides he's taking this.
All right. Take the inkwell, and it's. I mean, the whole time you've been in this place, you're thinking Destin Locke is a pit fiend. He is the highest of the high of Devil's Society. He has written contracts bound in blood and spirit, and this looks like the kind of shit I had on my desk at the Hall of Records.
Exactly. This is. This is a pit fiend's inkwell.
Kelian, do you want the inkwell from Cube's room in the hut to make a matching set?
Why would I want that?
Pit
Uh-huh.
Fiend Inkwell, I bet you could sell that to a bubber.
I know. Like, what a trinket this is.
All right, you now have Destin Locke's inkwell. Congratulations.
Yay!
So what's next?
It's cursed. It's cursed as hell.
I guess we'll go back up to.
Yeah, let's go back up past everyone's favorite room, which is the rotating gear nonsense.
Yep.
All right, let me
Unless-
save this map here.
Unless we want to talk to Nath, and I don't think anybody does.
No,
That's a Solar, right?
Yep, that's
Yeah, he's
Solar.
probably gonna kill us on sight.
Let's make a quick run because again, I think I'm probably pretty good at carrying horrible liquids, but we only have an hour, so let's book.
Right. Well, I mean, if it comes to that, either of us could be something that's very strong, whenever we want.
Oh
I mean,
no,
we
I
still-
meant carrying horrible liquids in my stomach.
Oh, I see.
Carrying a thing, that's no
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, we still have 2 candles, so.
But I want to make those last. Like, I only want
No,
to
I completely agree. It's just there's no way we're going to be breaking that seal before not lighting one of these before we break that seal.
Absolutely
Yeah.
correct.
But I want to use one more of these, and have that third in case of absolute emergency.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Mhm.
so you're passing through the barracks.
Mhm.
Okay, save the south and load up the north.
See, this is so useful.
The dice were just getting real jiggy with it. I don't know why.
I know why.
It's because there's too many goddamn dice on this table.
Well, because the
No, it's 'cause
tablet.
there's a tablet.
There wasn't a tablet here last time we played this map. So you guys step back into the dining hall, which is regularly disgusting.
All right, let's keep going. On board.
Do we know what's on the other side of this golden door?
See if I have that note.
I don't have anything on it.
Nothing. No.
See, this is
Nothing on Terrance's map.
probably gonna be 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't even know if we know the name of that room.
You saw someone come out of that room at one point.
Yeah,
Yeah, one of the injuries.
I'm guessing that's
actually.
probably where the bile we need is, but we don't know the name of that room.
I think isn't the bile up here? Isn't that just a question of going over and digging through this garbage?
Was it?
Do we want to go check before we
Yeah,
continue
let's go check. Because if we don't need to go into that other room, that's all.
Okay, and before you even step in, I mean, stepping into this room is a kind of a lousy proposition because what this is it's a Lemur spawning pit. So there are
Oh, right,
faces and grasping arms and things. Essentially, whenever a devil in Locke's employ dies, it kind of respawns here as a lemur, and then it's almost immediately eaten by one of the other Bantisu in the compound. So you can go ahead and wade in if you want, but you're probably not going to be able to do so without avoiding damage by being scratched and grasped by all these terrible arms and faces.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it because I have
Yeah, you have a what?
really high passive perception. If we're looking for a thing.
Okay.
I guess it's an investigation check, isn't it?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Okay. I have a really low investigation score. That's great. It's a 14.
14. And make me a... Let's call it a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Also 14.
Okay. You are reasonably certain there's nothing in here except just disgusting lemurs. Go ahead and take 5 points of slashing damage. As you manage to fend off most of the grasping, but they don't chase you back out of the pit as you leave.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to go through that gold door at some point. Just
All right.
more reason to go talk to Kamado. And she looks like, with a pointed look at Nath as she says so.
I mean, verbal components for Chain Lightning are talking.
Okay. So let's talk about hastiness for a second.
No, haste is a different.
Let's talk
spell.
about being hasty. And
Yeah.
how we have killed one person we needed to talk to before she could say a word. We have fought another person we needed to talk to without asking him whose side he was on. Let's not do that a third time.
If you, for a second, think the Nolithid is on your side, I have
No, I
a bridge
don't.
and sickle to sell you.
I don't, but let's not kill him before we get what we need to know, which is the name of that room.
Alright, fair enough. However, I will say, Riot, I am going to make no deals with this creature. I will bite my tongue and stand near the back if you want,
Mhm.
but don't expect me to help. Unless, you know, Chain Lightning.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab onto Nath as the rest of the party goes forward, and I whisper, "Hey, don't fuck it up before we get what we want." And then me and you, we come back, we kill. We're not agreeing to anything Riot agrees to. Don't let Riot know though. Don't make her lie.
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
yeah.
Riot can hear you whispering, by the way. And Nath says that out loud because he knows Riot has really good hearing.
Well, he's also a gold dragon, and he's whispering. So the room is shaking.
And I just keep,
Riot just gives Mahogany a weird look and says, "What are you worried about? I lie all the time."
and I just keep whispering to Nath. I say, don't worry about that.
Okay, so who's opening this gold door here?
Hey man, I just got one.
I mean, I'm both down the most and have the most max HP, so if you want me to open this one too.
Go for it.
Okay.
You disappeared me earlier. Okay, here we are. Here I am.
All right.
Hello.
Nath, go ahead and mark down 2
Yep.
maximum hit points.
Liberation's here.
118.
Do we have any silly plans for getting across the Acheron room?
I'm gonna ride the dragon. Hell fucking yes.
That's a great plan.
Yeah,
Sounds
that's
like a
a really
good
good
plan.
plan.
So, Mahogany, you're going to fly people across?
Yeah.
Okay, who's opening the door beyond that?
I thought that one was open. Didn't we leave a pit in that one?
I don't see a mark on it, and we've
I
been...
think that was
Because
before
Mark's
the
got
alert went up.
erased.
I think they knocked it out during
We
that
had to
fight.
kick that one out.
Yeah.
Is what happened. I literally erased that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. So who's opening this one?
I'm gonna open it real fast as we head over there because I'm on the bottom.
Okay. Go ahead and mark off 2 more max HP.
And this one's Matsu Henshin, the Sunrise Guardian, Nick.
Yeah, that means written right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just wanted to be clear. Matsu Henshin, the Sunrise Guardian.
Flying into Matsu Henshin's room.
No, absolutely not. Flying into Matsu Henshin's room. Flying into Matsu Henshin's hallway, and then I'm gonna shape change back into Mahogany. I don't. He's gonna notice, but fuck him. But I'm not trying to piss him off.
Okay.
And everyone else is deposited in a dog pile on top of Mahogany as you do so.
Yeah.
And
Worth
as
it.
you enter Matsu Henshin's room, he comments to the effect that you've made considerable work thinning out Destin Locke's ranks.
Work's not done yet.
As we head through the room, I'm gonna say, Ulthor, we didn't kill Ulthor, and he super wants to kill you. All right, later.
Kelian needs to use his little key thingy for this one.
Yep.
Key in the hole.
And it slides away easily.
Guess we're just waiting for stop.
I'm gonna ask the Watcher here. Seen anything?
I still have his eyes.
They're still in your pocket. It's kind of a dick move walking up to a blind man asking if he's seen anything.
Yeah. Well.
Have you met Riot?
So you ask him if he's seen anything.
Yeah.
He says that he's seen something very terrifying that he had not seen since his escapades on the Prime Material. He says, in this place is a foe that he was not expecting. And he begins describing the hellish creatures that devour brains.
Mm.
He says this has given him some cause for concern because the world where he's from is plagued by these creatures. They live in a vast underground area, and they come to the surface in search of weak settlements to
Oh
destroy.
yeah. Remember how we never did anything about that?
Terran and
Zook, actually.
Zook
Okay.
went back in the
Yeah.
post game and did a bunch of work down there.
Do
Also,
you,
there's-
and Nath will just sort of, you wouldn't happen to have a tuning fork for your home world, would you?
We've literally already been there, Nath.
Yeah,
That's through a gate. I would prefer a slightly more efficient digress.
He does not have a tuning fork for the Prime Material.
I'll have to ask the Motoron when we get back to Sigil.
He's probably got
I-
5.
Well,
Yep.
the Motron's from there, right? So you could just make a tuning fork.
Mm.
And he tells you he's seen this creature through the door that you are all now approaching.
Oh, we know. We've had words about this.
What are you talking about, Riot? None of us said anything about it.
Nath,
Operation-
Mm-hmm.
before stepping through this door, do you do anything in as far as preparing or...
Yep.
Okay.
Wait,
God damn it.
give me a second here. Does protection from evil allow aberrations?
I think Fae, Celestial, Fiends, and Undead.
Damn it. I don't know that I have anything else that will work then, so...
I gotta say, the name Aberration is kind of offensive.
In a lot of editions, aberrations are like, you can select them for that sort of thing. No, I think I'm good. I don't have any
Okay.
specific protections in that case.
Oh no, it specifies aberrations. I just.
Oh yeah, no, I'll totally cast a protection of even myself, specifying aberrations.
Okay.
Just yourself? You're not worried
I don't
about me
think-
tuning on you?
It's a single target spell. Otherwise, I get
I don't think you
everyone.
even need to specify. It's just types of creatures.
Oh, is it?
By my reading.
Just saying,
Well,
I
I don't have the
can-
spell in front of me. I'll pull it up in a minute. But okay, spell marked off.
Okay. Let me just make sure that Beator is not going to do anything terrible with it. It might.
From a protection from evil spell? Nah.
It's protection from evil and good, actually.
Oh, hey, they updated the app. Oh yeah, no, you don't have to choose. Okay.
Elemental's on there too. Okay.
What? They're by
That's weird.
definition neither of those.
It's technically like kind of protection from other planar.
It's a
it's
shitty
a big
spell now.
mess.
Yeah,
it's a
It makes no sense.
Protection from stuff.
It's it used to be super overpowered. Now it's actually like a little bit better, but it's still just a mess.
So we open up the silver door.
I'm gonna open it.
Okay.
Put my key in the hole. Open it.
And it slides away, and for the first time since you guys raised the alarm in this compound, you are flooded with light as the radiance of the pool here still filling the room and spills out the door that you've opened.
Let's not tarry.
Yeah.
The one thing we might want to do is try the green beer along the way. Or there's no hideous abominations in here.
No, there's not.
Okay.
Alright, Liberation takes out the flask.
Okay.
Yeah, just to drop
Of,
drop
green
in
beer.
each one of these.
Yep, I will start here at the top and drip
And there's no reaction.
and drip.
Nope, no reaction.
And walk around over here, drip.
And this just strikes you as a horrible waste of beer.
Yeah. And drip.
And when you put a drop of beer in this basin,
It's always the last one.
very swiftly slides
Absolutely.
away, drains out into all of the little microscopic pores in the basin.
I'm gonna color that one just because black is kind of a.
I was already calling it.
So do we want to hold off on the rest of it stuff, or do we hold
I mean,
on to...
those are the only two liquids we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but don't pour any more green beer in there.
Yeah.
So who's holding the rest?
Um,
Did you empty the mirror liquid, or who's still holding that?
That's in my jar that originally had phlogiston in it.
Okay.
And that's
Okay.
on my character sheet.
Let's try this one before we go south. Do we know the name of it?
Do we?
Yeah, it's the Fate of the Corruptible.
Oh right, that was like a prison.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's gonna open this door?
I'll go do it.
Weird.
Okay, go ahead and mark off 2 max HP.
Done.
You want to note the name?
Oh yeah, let me do that real quick.
Opening up this door, and the radiant light floods in. This area of the compound does not have the celestial imagery that you come to expect. You're looking at slate gray stone on the walls and floors. And it is brutally cold inside. Very uncomfortable. Illuminating the far side of the room are 3 cells with floor-to-ceiling bars, spaced so that you can't squeeze between them unless perhaps you're an insect. At first glance, these bars look like they've got like a silvery sheen, but if they're silver, then that's essentially torture to make some kind of devil work silver, which strikes you as particularly insidious even for a compound on the lowest layer of Beator. What you hear from this room as you step in is the sound of soft weeping, like a man weeping to himself. And it's echoing throughout the chamber. And there's a silver door to the south.
Let's
Liberation
pipe,
draws his axe.
let's tighten this door.
Okay.
We can collect it back on the way back. I just want to leave it open.
I agree. In general, I think anything we're heading through that we plan to come back through, we should put in, just because we can take it back.
Yeah.
Those look purple to you, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
and there's some
Yes.
yellows in there, but
Well, the yellows were already here.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
Hey, purple. It's fixed.
Maybe.
Now, I'm going to tell you what you see in these cells, but first I need to make a little disclaimer that 4th and 5th edition D&D changed what this creature is, and I want to make sure that nobody has the improper connotations. In 5th edition D&D, an Eladrian is just basically a very, very elfy elf. They're like a super elf, basically.
Yes.
In 2nd edition, an Eladrin was a celestial creature. It
Yep.
was...
Oh, I get it.
The Eladrin is essentially the chaotic good version of the Aasimar.
Yeah, it's a kind of a case of just reusing the name.
Yeah, it's a similar kind of creature, still a very fey, elfy creature, but like a level of existence above a mortal creature. Yeah. So the way that an Aasimar is always lawful good, and a Beatisu is always lawful evil, the Eladrin are always chaotic good.
Look, peeps.
These are your peeps?
Yeah.
They're much more beautiful than you, though, because they're super elfy elves. And I've always thought that, like, this would be like a Tolkien elf, right? Like the Eladrin, and then, like, you got the standard fantasy D&D elves below them.
Tolkien elves are super lawful, though.
Like, they use a ton of bloom, you're saying.
But yeah, aesthetically, I could buy it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
wow, Nodal.
Looking into cells...
I got it.
This cell, you see an Eladrin in each one, a male and female. The female is laying on the floor of her cell, and she's not moving. They're dressed in very thin and like very ill-kept, just prisoners' garb. Obviously freezing. The man who is weeping, when he sees the flood of light, he skitters to the back of his cell fearfully as you enter the room. And as you walk in, Riot, you're the first one. As you step out, you regard this man as he turns to you, squinting his eyes. His eyes are milky and glassed over, and you see deep scarring around the bridge of his nose. You can see that he's been blinded by a Beatisu torturer. And he ceased his weeping, and now he's just kind of muttering softly, watching you, terrified.
Liberation, you got that axe?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, get to work.
I'm gonna go inspect these cells for a mechanism for locking it, or...
Do you have any kind of tool proficiency that would help with, like, metalworking? Or anything?
I do have smithing.
That'll work, yeah. Go ahead and roll an intelligence
Blacksmith
plus
tools.
that.
Okay. 6 to this. Aha! That is an 11.
An 11. You see the mechanism, the locking mechanism that would take a standard key. Looking at the bars that keep the cell shut, if you were able to unlock the door, just swing outward on hinges. But something about these bars you absolutely don't like. Something about them is very off, and you're not sure why.
Like a standard key, not like the funky key that Kelian has?
Correct. It would be like a Zelda key, kind of.
Okay.
They're called Zelda keys now, right? That's what we're gonna go with? Okay.
Yeah. Liberation, I realize freeing these guys is going to happen, but could you do just for me, a quick illusion spec with those eyes of yours?
Fair enough. Detect magic.
Detect magic. The bars are radiating abjuration magic, and a very specific kind of magic. You can become kind of attuned to the evil, fiendish magic of this place. The bars on these two cells are radiating a more fey magic, and glancing around, you do not see that magic radiating from the other cells in the room.
Is there anyone in any of the other cells in the room?
You take a minute, do a perimeter check. You've kept that door chalked open, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a X on there.
Yeah, you go around and do a perimeter check. No, all the other cells are empty at the moment.
Okay.
Just these two.
And you don't think you'll be able to axe off those locks?
He hasn't tried yet. Give it a shot.
Hey, buddy, we're gonna get you out of here. Just stay calm, okay?
And you speak to him, and again, as when he hears your voice, it's like you've broken a silence of many years, and he can't process it. Like you've seen The Count of Monte Cristo, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, he kind of understands what's happening. He starts piecing it together, and he manages to sputter out. He just asks, "Who are you people?"
Name's Liberation. Liberation swings
He
his
says-
axe and-
Riot lasts this on the nose, man.
Liberation shoots a daggers at Riot and then swings his axe at the locking mechanism.
Mahogany
On
gives her
which
a quick
door?
fist bump.
What's that?
On which door?
The one with the guy who was speaking, who spoke to me.
Okay, and you cleave the mechanism off, and the door squeaks real loudly, echoing through the chamber as it opens slightly. And this seems very jarring to this man, too. And then he says, "You are a cruel manipulation. You're only in my mind."
Liberation holds out his hand and walks up to him, takes his hand in mine. "This isn't an illusion, friend. What's your name? I told you mine, you tell me yours."
Make me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Can't get the free advantage anymore. That's still
Hey,
really
there
good.
you go.
That is a 21. Flesh and blood right here.
When he feels the warmth of your hand, he clasps it with his other hand, and you just see the disbelief on his face.
Is he restrained at all in here?
He's not. No, he was just
Liberation
locked
help.
in with the door.
Liberation pulls him up to his feet. Says, "Come on out."
And when you try to pull him up to his feet, you notice that both of his legs are badly broken. And I mean, they were broken long ago and allowed to heal in depraved and improper ways. His legs are just totally useless.
Liberation puts his arm over his shoulder and hauls him out of the cell.
So you haul him out of the cell, and he's saying, through what providence has Liberation found me?
Riot yells out, "Osprums!"
Hey, this is a 3-god venture on here.
Yeah, but Riot said it first.
He tells you that his name is Glanduil,
Glanduil.
and he and his wife were taken here. He doesn't know how long ago that was. And he says that they used to sing to each other to keep each other's spirits up while they waited for rescue. But some time ago, her singing ceased. And again, he doesn't know how long ago that was. He doesn't have a good sense of time. And you can see that he can't see that his wife's not moving in her cell. He can't see anything. His eyes are useless too.
Can you axe off that one?
Yeah, help him. He can't stand on his
I'll
own
do.
power.
Nath will come over and do that.
Okay.
And Liberation goes up to this door and
Eh.
swings his axe at the locking mechanism on this one.
Make me a wisdom check. Check, not save.
Pretty dang good. That's a 20.
A 20. And your axe clashes with the locking mechanism. Does not cleave it off. And at first you're thinking maybe the angle was wrong. I'll try again. But then you realize there's nothing locked in this cell. This woman's dead. It's just her
Nath
corpse.
is going to.
Liberation nods.
Nath is going to give the Eladrin his staff to lean on, and then fish a drop of mercury out of his component pouch and start casting Tensor's floating disc.
Okay. And the ring of Liberation's axe hitting the metal locking mechanism, I mean, it echoes through the cell block, for a few moments. And then Glonduil says, "So my fears are realized."
I'm sorry. We're gonna get you out of here.
How long did you say you were here?
He doesn't
He
know.
doesn't-
You know, they had no idea.
Over the mind link, I'll ask, do you think it would be safe to leave him with the Watcher? I can get a disc to move him easily.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. We have a friend here near the entrance to this area. He should be able to take care of you. But we have other business here.
So are you sending somebody back with him to escort him back to the Watcher?
I mean, we got to because the silver
Yeah.
door is closed.
Okay.
And I'm gonna come with him because I'm gonna carry the wife's body because I figure, hey,
Yeah.
either
Well-
he can bury her or we can, Liberation loves spending his money to bring people back from the dead.
Well, I couldn't get the door open. 'Cause
It's always unlocked.
it's unlocked.
It wasn't unlocked. No, it's locked with a
I
key
thought
you don't
said
have.
the reason why it didn't work is because there was nothing locked.
No, the reason it didn't work is because there was nobody imprisoned inside.
There's
It's just
no-
a corpse.
yeah, there's-
That's
No.
okay. Well,
Oh, okay, I see that.
Since she's dead, there's nobody there to. Yeah.
can you look at the bars for me real quick?
I mean, I'll just explain.
No, what I'm asking is there anything magically in between the bars?
Mm,
Just
is there?
air. Like very, very cold air.
I shape change into a fly,
Okay.
and I fly in between the bars, and then shape change back, and I say, "Liberation, please save me."
Somehow, if you can do that, I don't think you count as a prison.
Liberation,
but I'll
help!
Give it a try. Liberation swings his axe.
And predictably, nothing happened.
Liberation gives Mahogany a slow clap.
All right, Mahogany, like real low key, cuts a bit of hair off this one,
Okay.
and heads back through.
And how do you head back through?
Shape change into a fly.
And your magic is suppressed while in that cell.
Liberation, I'm actually trapped.
Liberation swings his axe again.
Once again, nothing happens.
Well, that's just not very consistent now, is it, Shell?
Kelian rolls his eyes, pushes Liberation to the side, and starts working on picking the lock.
Is Kelian wearing gloves?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make your lockpicking roll.
Kelian, the master of unlocking.
That is a high of 21.
21. Okay, and as you're picking the lock, Mahogany, you're still taking some of her hair.
Oh yeah.
Leaning down on this body. I mean, you don't see any decomposition having set in. She's not
Yeah.
rotting. And at first you're thinking, oh, it's basically a freezer in here. But you lean down. What are you going to cut her hair with?
Just the knife that I have.
Okay, and you lean down with your knife, and you go to take a handful of your hair, and your hand travels right through it. She is non-corporeal. And
That's rude.
now we're going to roll initiative.
Initiative.
Oh no.
Oh, I just took 3 screenshots of Tabletop Simulator. Excellent.
For
That's what
posterity.
All right, so I've got 50 rounds left on this disc ritual, so you guys just protect me until then, and then we'll be in operation.
Riot?
16.
16. Kelian.
23.
And Liberation?
20.
Nath?
Nathax at 15.
Is it your intention to just concentrate on the ritual the entire time?
No, it depends on what actually happens.
Okay. And Mahogany?
7.
7. And what about Zook?
Also, I'm in a
23.
cell.
Zook is what?
23.
23.
Oh, come on, Zook. Let him have this one.
So 2 things happen simultaneously. The first thing is that Kelian manages to pop the lock on this cell, and it creaks open slightly. What magical effects did Mahogany have on when he was going into the cell, other than being... Because you were polymorphed
Shape
into a
change?
dragon and shape changed into a fly.
Those are the same spell.
Well, it's the same spell. I'm actually not a dragon at that moment. I'm a fly.
But you used the
Well, right
dragon's
now I'm a hop.
ability to shape change, correct?
No, because I said shape change, and change shape is a different ability, and I'm
Okay.
a Cypher.
So, at the moment that you went into the cell, you were a fly, and then you shape changed back into Mahogany?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're still Mahogany.
Yeah.
But you're not locked in the cell anymore. He's popped the door. But you are leaning down with your knife with the handful of this woman's hair, but your fingers go right through it, and you see her body start to move. Kelian, you have the initiative.
I just want to shoot her.
I mean, we're dealing with some kind of ghost scenario here, Kelian.
No one's gonna blame you if you just shoot her.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna shoot her.
You're gonna shoot her, okay?
I'm gonna shoot her.
I'm gonna be real with you. Evil ghost scenario will bring back his actual wife.
Roll it at advantage because I'm going first. Going before it. That is a 29.
You knocked Zook over.
I did.
Okay, 29 will hit.
Nice.
Kelian feels so liberated anytime we tell him he can shoot something. It's like, yes!
Could be my normal murderous self.
It's a good roll.
47 damage.
I also had dark vision on Rickard.
There's no need. This room is lit up with
No, I
radiance.
know, but just as a spell effect that I had running.
Oh, okay.
And
then
I
you,
also had Long Strider.
Then you feel your dark vision and long strider kick back on as soon as the door opens up.
Okay.
Basically. So yeah, you see this woman's body jerk painfully as she takes this bolt. The bolt just passes through her and shatters inside. She's not transparent or translucent or anything. She's just non-corporeal, and she definitely seemed to feel the anguish of that bolt, and she cries out, in fact. And when she does, Glonduil, his head, perks in that direction, and he kind of barks out, "Sorsasta, you're alive. What's going on? Is she well?"
She's not alive.
No, she's dead.
Kelian,
Disengaged
moving or
and
staying put?
Hoppity, hoppity, hop.
Hoppity hoppity hop. Okay, Zook's up.
Hey, is Zook... Zook... He looks at the daggers in his hand and realizes they're not going to be much of anything, and he's going to come over here and hide.
He's gonna hide.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make that check.
Actually, no. Lalapihu Luluwile.
Okay,
Turn invisible.
liberation. Nothing.
No, I'm thinking here.
Okay.
Think of what. If I have anything that might.
Use violence.
But
It's the Planeswalker
violence-
way.
Forgive me for what I'm about to do. And liberation goes in with the staff.
She says no.
No!
With the 12 to hit, probably not, huh?
12 does not hit.
Yeah. How about a 19?
19 will do it.
That's 7 damage on there.
Okay. And your staff passes through her harmlessly the first time, but the second time, I mean, you fought ghosts and other kinds of incorporeal beings before, and that's just what this feels like.
I'll burn a key point to dodge.
Okay. Riot.
And that will be my turn.
Riot is going to, seeing that we're fighting more undead, is going to cast Sacred Flame. On
Sacred
the
Flame?
ghostly woman.
Okay.
Yes, that's a dex save.
How about A4?
No, I don't think so.
Try again.
I have 48 of damage here.
Try again for a copper.
Try again with a friend.
And that's radiant damage, right?
That's radiant damage.
Okay.
It's called Sacred Flame, but there is no fire involved.
It is sacred though.
It is sacred. This is a garbage roll. 14 radiant damage.
What is your passive intelligence religion?
Gosh, that's a question I've never been asked before. 16.
16?
Yeah.
Throw the sacred flame out there, and I mean, you've burned legions of undead with this thing, with this particular spell. But the ghostly woman before you does not seem at all perturbed by the flame. I mean, you saw her recoil from the hit of Kelian's bolt. You saw her get pummeled with Liberation's stick, and your sacred flame lit up the area, but did not do anything to it.
I'm not sure this is your garden variety ghost, guys.
Like a good aligned ghost?
There's something going on here.
Riot, move it, you're staying put.
Riot's already fairly far away from her, but it's just going to get even further.
Okay.
So that's not there. Alright.
Nath.
Yeah, Nath will stop casting his ritual, move to here, and cast Shock and Grasp.
Okay.
I'll let an armor class of 21.
That's good.
For 16 lightning damage.
Okay. And you throw some electricity into this non-corporeal creature. And then are you staying put there?
Yeah, it's the end of Nath's turn. She also can't take reactions.
Okay. The woman manages to get herself up to her knees, and for a moment, she's staring down at the ground with her hair falling over in front of her face. And then she snaps forward and looks at Nath, who's standing there, and you can just see the years of torture on this woman. But her eyes, unlike her husband's, are hollow and black. And she begins to sing.
Oh, that's a banshee.
And the words of her song are cold, and they hit you deep in the core of your being. I am going to need everybody except... No, including Riot.
Okay.
Everybody, go ahead and make a saving throw. Wisdom saving throw? I'm sorry, a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, shit.
And this is not against a spell, correct?
It is not against the spell. DC is...
As a follower of an Irish god, I actually have advantage in saving throws against banshees.
You don't, but... but nice try.
Nice.
Looking for a 16.
Right,
Oh,
passes.
Well, I rolled a
25.
1.
If you pass, you take 25 psychic damage. As
Yeah.
this song wells up inside of you, and it starts rattling in the inside of your skull, and you feel the blood leaking out of your ears. Who failed?
Nath did.
Liberation?
Yeah, Liberation did.
Nath and Liberation, you drop to 0 hit points.
Oh,
And
fabulous.
so does
That would be why I
Glondale.
lucky that.
And so is Zook.
And so did Zook. So half of you drop to the ground. And looking at their forms, I mean, they're bleeding profusely from their ears as this song continues to well up and up and up inside of this room. And the creature begins reaching out towards Nath's unconscious body, where it's laying in front of her on the floor. That's going to bring us to Mahogany.
Alright. I'm going...
Wait, she's an undead. Did I get advantage on that from the protection spell?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, there you go.
Provided you remember that you have it.
Well, I wasn't sure what she was until...
Oh, no, yeah, she's absolutely undead.
Yeah, that actually passes.
Yeah, if you pass,
Okay.
then you just go ahead and take that 25 points of psychic damage.
except I resist psychic because of my psionic focus, so half of that. Great.
Okay. In that case, she's reaching towards Liberation's unconscious body.
Oh.
Here's Mahogany with still holding his knife in his hand. Wanted to give her a haircut.
Hey man, I tried. I'm going to kind of. Can I just push Liberation out of the way without burning my action?
You can move him out there, but if you move him to safety, you are going to have to leave her threat range to do it.
She was shocked and grasped.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
so
why
she
I'm
doesn't
fine with
have a
it.
reaction then.
Then I'm going to shape change. Gotta remember the order of names. Back
she
into
just-
a gold dragon.
She just acted, so she would get the reaction back, wouldn't she?
Shock and grasp
No,
my
it's the
turn
end
or
of
their
Nath's
turn?
next.
Oh, and then that's okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to shape change back into a gold dragon.
Okay.
Adult dragon. Gold dragon. That's all I got, though.
Kelian.
Okay, she needs to die.
Yeah.
Well, she did
Again.
already.
Yeah, well,
That's fair.
I mean, she was fair at one point. Now she's
oh,
quite ugly.
there's the one. All right.
We found it. There
He's
it
so
is.
happy. I rolled a 1, tried to burn a key point, and only got like an 8.
Oh, I still got 2 lucky tokens. Yeah, I'm gonna burn it. I'm
Okay,
gonna burn a lucky token.
do it.
Half the party's
You
down.
should-
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah. Listen, they're a very precious resource for me. That's a 25.
25
which I
does hit.
believe- Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. All right, and it's 36 piercing.
36. And you just blast this ghostly woman to pieces with the bolt. Just hits her form and she evaporates away. The last echoes of her song melt away into silence. You're left alone in the cold of the room once again.
Riot's got a song she can sing, so she's gonna start using Aura Vitality to get some people up to their feet.
Okay.
It was a solid use of a lucky token.
It was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. If she'd gotten another turn, life would have been shitty.
Did the other Eladrin drop unconscious there?
Oh, he's dead.
He's dead.
He's
though.
dead.
Yeah, the man he was killed. He wasn't healthy to begin with, and
Yeah.
if the song didn't get him, he would have died of a broken heart.
Okay, so let me roll up a bunch of stuff for a 1-minute break, or 1-minute rest. How many d6 do I need? 6, 7, 8, 9.
A lot.
Keelan's gonna
More.
take position up at the door and make sure they don't get ambushed.
11,
Okay.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Kellen, if you want to get the other door while Riot's singing, I can cover.
I feel like if you have advantage on listen checks, you should have disadvantage against advantage.
I mean, one of the most evil things I ever heard was DM punished a character at a ridiculous passive perception by using that to figure out how many invisible Medusa he had to make saving throws against when they got ambushed by them. There was like a dozen, and most of the characters saw none of them, and the character
Now-
with the ridiculous perception score had to make a dozen saves.
If they were invisible, you
I
would know
think they were
there.
hidden, not invisible. That was-
They were very stealthed.
yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I've got 122 hit points of healing to distribute. Who needs what?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Zook is yes.
Well, I'll put it this way: how many people are at 0?
Just Liberation and Zook.
Liberation Zook, yeah.
Each of you take 50, and Riot's gonna take the remaining 22.
Fair enough,
So-
thank you. Ah, my head hurts.
And for a few minutes, Liberation, I mean, you can't hear anything but just ringing. And you're aware of the man you just freed laying dead next to you.
Ration sits down. Very sad.
All right, that's good. But look, Kelian.
Mahogany. Mahogany.
You didn't hear me say anything.
Mahogany. The
Mind
Ration
link.
points to the corpse. The Ration points to the corpse.
What? You want me to burn him? Too
The
small a
Ration
room.
nods.
I could bonfire him, but that'll just be gross. We'll wait till we leave.
maybe we should just bring him back to the keeper and figure out what we should do, what the proper ritual for that is, unless you know.
I'm all with you for moving him back to the keeper, but we can do that after we check out what's in the next room. We'll give him whatever crazy Elijah ritual he deserves.
Liberation can't hear any of this, right?
Well, we got the mind link.
We got the mind link.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that? I'm assuming that's what you're talking over.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We ready? Any objections?
I'm ready.
I'm
Alright.
ready.
Key, go indoor.
And you slide the door open. Bear with me just 1 second. I had to do some surgery on my monster manual this morning.
Rico, I feel like if you ever develop a game and it has a loading screen, the loading screen should say, "Bear with me just 1 second."
Just 1 second. Kelian. I have
Shit.
good news and bad news.
Good news is Mahogany's right with you, buddy.
The good news is the room on the other side of this door has the same celestial markings that you've grown used to.
He says as he gathers pawns.
Not the not the slate gray walls of the cell. The bad news is there are 6 spined devils in the room. They know you are coming in because they heard the banshee scream, and they all have held actions.
Wait a second here.
Should I just put myself at 0 hit points?
You're gonna get hit a lot. Yes, that happens next.
Unfortunately, Riot has at least one cutting words.
I've still got a little bit left in the ward.
Whoops.
This is that Jackie Chan moment.
Being very careful that my book doesn't fall apart here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to use the same initiative order. We will just come in on after their turn, basically.
Okay. Are these something bad or the something worse?
No, the Banshee was something worse. These guys are not quite as bad as the Banshee.
Okay.
Well, there's 6 of them.
All right, Kelian, I've got a 9.
Miss.
I have a 7.
Miss.
I have a 5.
Miss.
Then I've got a 19,
Yeah.
a 16,
Just hits.
and a 24.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll knock off that 24. Well, no, I'll knock off the 19. Or
No,
like
the
this,
16.
actually.
Knock the 16 off, because
Yeah,
it'll be
okay,
a
fair.
sure thing.
It's gonna be a sure thing.
Yeah.
So I would have got the 19. But yeah.
So 2 out of 6 ain't bad.
Okay. From the first spine, I mean, 4 of the spines miss you entirely. The first one that hits, we're going to do 3 points of piercing damage,
Alright.
plus 3 points of fire damage.
Oh, that's fun.
The second spine that hits, we're going to do 4 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
plus 2 points of fire damage.
Okay.
So these spine devils, who are waiting in ambush here,
Yeah.
they are all equipped with their wicked-looking forks. I'm not sure how much. Yeah, you guys have spoken to the Forge Master here, and you've become acquainted with infernal weapons. Usually, you would not expect to see devils of this low stature with special weapons, but These ones, being in Destinlock's personal employ, are in fact armed with infernal forks.
Okay.
So that's going to bring us to Kelian, who is surprised. Zook, who is he conscious? We brought Zook back?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got 50 hit points.
Is surprised. Liberation, surprised. Riot, Nath, and Mahogany. And I get my Spine Devils again. Oh, the good news is now that it's not a held action, they can each throw 2 spines at you.
Kinky.
I was wondering where the rest of these guys got to.
Mahogany, you're still a gold dragon, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Here's the thing, though. They opened up that door very smugly, and then they saw a gold dragon behind it.
Oh, they didn't open the door. Kelian opened the door.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Kelian, you're no longer surprised, so you can take an AO against this spiny man if you want. Because he's going to move through your threat range.
I'm going to do that.
Okay. Roll it.
If I get sneak attack on AO. Oh, wait. Attack of opportunity. No, sorry.
Yeah, if it applies.
Yeah, that's 25.
25 will hit.
Baller.
Yeah, alright.
That's fucked up, actually. What's about to happen to this guy?
It's pretty fucked, yeah. He is...
Yeah, but it's... Counterpoint, it's Kelian.
They might want to reconsider the rest of their turn.
Oh, don't worry. I still got 3 who haven't moved yet.
That's 37 damage.
And you murder him. What do you murder him with?
I feel like he just gets shanked with that rapier.
Just gets shanked?
Shanked with the short sword.
Yeah.
It looks like they looked through the door. They saw this giant gold dragon, and they're beginning to fan out. While this one was trying to slide past you,
It'd be really cool if I could sneak attack damage with Terran's sword. It'd be cool.
and the other 3, when they see what a big threat you are, they decide they're going to stay put. We'll do them first.
Okay, that's fair.
Actually, I can get 2 guys with their forks. We'll do that. All right, Spinities. We'll start there. Kelian.
Yeah,
I have a 20.
sure.
It's not a crit, just a 20.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 10.
Nope.
I got a 23.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a 19.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 3 spines. First spine, we're going to do 4 piercing.
Okay.
Plus 3 fire.
Okay.
Second spine is going to do 6 piercing.
Okay.
Plus 6 fire.
Okay.
Last spine, we're going to do 6 piercing. Plus 1 fire.